Stop bowing when your spirit longs to rise. Stop smiling when your soul whispers enough. Your value is not found in their comfort. Do. Speak your truth without shaking. Walk in your own shoes, not the ones they place at your feet. The world does not need a polite girl. It needs you. Polite is sugar on the tongue, a quick grin even when your heart is tired. I do. Polite often bends beneath the weight of expectation, offering agreement when silence or disagreement would be more honest. Do. Polite can be a costume sewn together from courtesy, fear of conflict, and the deep hunger to be liked. I do. Polite says yes when the heart cries no, and in doing so, it slowly erases the edges of your own identity. Kind, however, is different. I do. Kindness is rooted in truth. It is a gift that carries integrity even if it is not wrapped in softness. I do. Kindness does not exist to keep everyone comfortable. It exists to make things better, and sometimes better arrives clothed in honesty, firmness, or boundaries. A kind soul may refuse you, but they will refuse without cruelty. I do. A kind person may speak something you do not want to hear because they care about your growth more than your temporary comfort. Do. When you are polite, you often give away your power. You trade your voice for the appearance of harmony. I do. You become the one who smooths over uneasy silences, who laughs at jokes that aren't funny. Do. Who carries the extra load so no one else has to strain. It may look noble, but underneath it can be hollow. I do. Politeness can be a silent prison where the bars are made from your own fear of disruption. I do. You keep yourself small so no one else feels uneasy. Kindness, on the other hand, requires courage. To be kind, do. You must be willing to be misunderstood. You must be willing to risk being disliked. I do. Real kindness asks that you speak the truth even when your voice trembles. Do. It asks that you honor your own needs while still honoring the dignity of others. It is not about being agreeable. It is about being real. Do. The polite girl learns early that smiles open doors. She learns that softness gets rewarded and quiet compliance gains approval. Do. But over time, she discovers the cost. Her own dreams get delayed so others can chase theirs. Her yes becomes automatic. I do, even when her soul aches to say no. And when she is finally alone, she wonders if anyone truly knows her at all. I do. Or if they only know the pleasant mask she has worn for so long. Kindness does not demand that mask. Kindness allows you to stand tall, to speak clearly, to say, "This is who I am," without apology. It teaches you that disagreement is not unloving, that setting limits is not selfish, and that honesty is a greater service than endless compliance. Being polite can make you liked. I do. Being kind can make you respected. Politeness often seeks peace at any cost. Kindness seeks truth even if it costs peace in the moment. Do. Politeness tiptoes around discomfort. Kindness knows discomfort is sometimes the only path to growth. Do. We live in a world that often praises polite because it is easy to control. Polite will not rock the boat. I do. Polite will not speak against injustice if it means breaking the fragile shell of civility. But kindness is strong. Do. Kindness will challenge unfairness, even if it means raising its voice. Kindness will refuse to laugh at cruelty disguised as humor. Do. Kindness will say, "That is not right," even when everyone else stays silent. Kindness is not passive, it moves. I do. It steps in when someone is being mistreated. It tells the truth even when it would be easier to nod and pretend. I do. It protects the vulnerable without asking for applause. The difference is simple but deep. Politeness seeks to be liked. I do. Kindness seeks to love well. Love is not always gentle in appearance. Sometimes love is fierce. Do. Sometimes love is the friend who tells you your behavior is hurting others. Sometimes love is the parent who says no when you crave yes. I do. If you have spent years being polite, you may feel resistance rising inside you at the thought of stepping away from it. I do. You may fear that people will leave, misunderstand you, or call you selfish. And they might. But those who truly value you will stay. Do. And your relationships will be deeper for it. When you choose kindness over politeness, I do. You begin to live without the heavy cloak of performance. You learn to speak from your center instead of your fear. I do. You realize that your worth is not tied to keeping everyone pleased. Do. You trust that the people who belong in your life will respect your truth. You stop bowing when your spirit longs to rise. Do. You stop smiling when your soul says enough. You stop letting polite be the leash that keeps you small. Do. And you step into the space where kindness lives, where love and truth walk together unafraid. Do. They are the unseen lines you draw to protect your time, your energy, and your spirit. I do. They are not walls to keep others out, but gates that decide who and what is welcome within. A boundary says, I do. I value myself enough to choose how I will be treated. It is a declaration that your well-being is not negotiable. I do. Without boundaries, life becomes an open field where anyone can walk in, take what they want, and leave marks on your heart. I do. You find yourself saying yes when you mean no, answering calls in the middle of the night, carrying burdens that were never yours. I do. At first, you may believe it is generosity. You may tell yourself you're just being helpful, just being good. But slowly you begin to feel empty, unseen, and worn out. Do. Your kindness begins to taste like resentment because you have poured so much without renewal. I do. Boundaries are the cure to that slow fading of self. They are not selfish, they are necessary. I do. A tree does not apologize for the strength of its trunk or the reach of its roots. It knows that without a firm foundation, it cannot stand tall or give shade. You are the same. I do. You cannot keep pouring into others without first protecting the source from which you give. To set a boundary is to speak truth. Do. This is acceptable. This is not. It is being clear about what behaviors you will allow, what demands you will meet. Do. And what spaces are sacred. It is a way of showing others how to treat you, not with lectures but with action. I do. When you say no and hold steady. When you walk away instead of tolerating disrespect, you are not being cruel, you are being whole. I do. Boundaries also bring clarity to your connections. Without them, you may draw those who take advantage of your openness. Do. People who see your lack of limits as an invitation to use you. With them, you filter your relationships. I do. Those who respect your boundaries will respect you. Those who resist them reveal themselves. Boundaries are a form of truth-telling. Do. And truth always shows who belongs in your life and who does not. Some people hesitate to set boundaries because they fear rejection. I do. They fear that saying no will make them unlovable. But in truth, boundaries make love stronger. Without them, you offer a watered-down version of yourself, pleasing, agreeable, but not real. With boundaries, you show up whole, unafraid to be honest. Real connection cannot exist without that honesty. When you first start enforcing boundaries, some may push back. People used to your constant yes may not understand your no. They may call you distant, stubborn, or selfish. But remember this, those who benefit from your lack of boundaries are the ones most threatened by them. That is not a reason to stop. It is proof that your boundaries are working. A boundary is also a gift to others. It teaches them responsibility. I do. It lets them know where they stand. It allows relationships to grow in respect instead of assumption. Just as you do not wish to be treated carelessly, others deserve to know how not to treat you. Boundaries create safety for all. I do. They remove the guessing games and quiet resentments that build when people overstep without realizing it. I do. They also return to you your time and your energy for what matters most. Without boundaries, you can spend years living on other people's schedules, treating every demand as urgent. With boundaries, you learn to pause and ask, was this mine to carry? Often the answer will be no, and in that no, you will discover the space to nurture your own goals, your own peace, your own joy. There is a quiet strength in those who live with boundaries. They are not shut off. I do. They are present and deliberate. They know they cannot be everything to everyone. Do. So they choose to be fully themselves for the people and purposes that matter. I do. They understand that self-respect is not built with words alone. It is built with choices, with consistent action. Do. With the daily practice of honoring what they need. Boundaries are not a barrier to love. They are the frame that holds love steady. Do. They make sure that when you give, it is from freedom and not from pressure. Do. They protect your heart from being drained by the constant pull of others' demands. They make space for balance, for mutual respect. I do. For a life where your worth is never in question because you have already claimed it. Do. Your voice is not a pretty ornament to hang on polite conversations or a gentle hum to fill the silence. It is not meant to be trimmed. Do. Softened or shaped to ease those who prefer your quiet over your truth. Your voice is power. It is the vessel for your thoughts. Do. Your convictions, your dreams, and your boundaries. To treat it as decoration is to shrink the very essence of who you are. Do. Too many people learn early that their voice is only welcome when it soothes, when it pleases, when it does not stir the waters. I do. They learn to speak in ways that do not disturb, that do not challenge, that do not spark discomfort. Do. But a voice that never risks disruption is a voice that never fully breathes. Your words are not here to simply decorate the air. I do. They are here to shape it. When you silence yourself too long, something inside begins to fade. You nod when you want to question. Do. You laugh when you want to protest. You agree when your heart burns with dissent. I do, and slowly you start to believe your perspective does not matter, that your truth is too heavy, too messy, too unwanted to be spoken. Do, but silence does not shield you. It cages you. Your voice was given for a reason. It is the tool through which you set boundaries, fight for justice, express love, and spark change. A decoration sits still, admired from a distance. A voice moves, reaches, and connects. Do. It can soothe the weary, rally the broken, or stop a harmful act in its tracks. Do. It can tell your own story before someone else tells it wrong. Using your voice does not always mean shouting. Sometimes it means speaking steadily, even when fear shakes in your chest. Sometimes it means saying no when you are expected to say yes. I do. Sometimes it means asking the question others are too afraid to raise. The power of your voice is not in its loudness, but in its truth. I do. There will always be those who try to convince you to keep it soft, to keep it agreeable, to keep it harmless. They may call you too much. I do, too emotional, too direct. But what they truly mean is that your truth disturbs their comfort. Remember this. I do. You are not here to decorate someone else's comfort zone. You are here to live in your own truth. Do. Your voice is not for everyone's approval. If you speak only to be liked, your words will twist to fit other people's desires. I do. You will trade honesty for applause, authenticity for acceptance. And though they may cheer, do. You will know inside you abandoned your own song. Do. The courage to use your voice often grows strongest in the hardest moments, when you speak against injustice, when you admit you're hurt. I do. When you ask for what you need without apology. Each time you do this, I do. You strengthen the bridge between who you are inside and how you appear to the world. That alignment is freedom. I do. Your voice is not decoration because your life is not a display. It is a living, breathing force. Do. And just as your body needs movement to stay strong, your voice needs use to stay alive.